Her missing on Monday of this week, but Colorado police now say the girl may have been killed, get this, more than a year ago, and they're calling the father and his live-in girlfriend persons of interest. Police and search dogs, cadaver dogs, in fact, scouring the area around the young girl's Colorado home. Joining us now is former federal prosecutor Pat Woodward and criminal defense attorney Geoffrey Nathan. Good to see you both. Pat, let me begin with you. I mean, as we say, the father calls up and says she ran away because she was upset about a cookie on Monday. But there are 7 other kids in the home. They've all been now put in protective custody, don't you know? And they apparently are indicating, hey, we haven't seen Aaron A. for more than a year. Based on all of your experience as a prosecutor, your instincts tell you that the dad ain't telling the truth.
Good afternoon, Greg. It sure seems that way, and the authorities have had a couple of days to come to that same conclusion. The runaway story after a fight over a cookie just didn't add up. Apparently, the fact that the children have been taken away and put in foster home tells me that the authorities feel they have solid evidence to do that. They don't make those decisions willy-nilly, so there must be something here we don't know about.
And Geoffrey, the police chief has called the dad a liar, and he says the investigation leads right back to the father's home. In fact, let me quote the acting chief of police, Terry Jones. Quote, "We believe that Aaron A. was murdered in the home. The call shed some light on the fact that she was murdered in this house, not recently, but some time ago, up to a year and a half ago. And guess what, Geoffrey? She's about to turn 7, and yet they searched the home, and the only pictures that they have of Aaron A., she's the oldest at 4.5.
Great case to defend. I've got everything in a case like this to go on. The police
a great case to defend?
Yes, absolutely, because, Greg, what we do is we use the lag in time to our enormous benefit, and then we use botched police investigation on top of it.
How does the lag in time help you defend the father?
Because memories go away, evidence goes away, and consequently,
Geoffrey,
from the defense perspective, I've got a great case
Geoffrey,
to defend.
I'm a dad. You don't lose your kid over the course of, a year and a half.
Well, he's got a lot of them to keep track of, doesn't he? I mean,
come on.
He's not going to know where. Well, look, we're up against the wall sometimes, Greg. We have to fight like mad in order to get a result. And when you've got bad evidence, you know what you do from the defense perspective? You say it's good evidence, because otherwise what would happen, Greg, is I wouldn't be able to do my job. If I took every case and said they've got a slam dunk against me, then the client doesn't.
Hey, Pat, you want to throw some cold water on Geoffrey there?
Well, far be it from me to try to douse him, but it is interesting that the chief is making these claims about a murder over a year ago. It's unusual that they would come out and say that.
Well, they've got something. And look, you heard the spokesman for the father saying, oh, there's no substantial evidence that she died a year and a half ago. Like, since when does a chief of police or a prosecutor share the evidence with the person of interest or the suspect?
Well, I don't think he is, but for him to say that without going ahead and arresting the dad is problematic. I don't think you make those kind of statements unless you're going to go ahead and arrest somebody. So Geoffrey may be right. They might have something to run with here.
They may have the goods on them. Geoffrey, what about this? The father claims she ran away, but you know what? I got a 6-year-old girl. She doesn't even know what running away is. Come on. That doesn't make sense, does it?
That's a little young to run away. I'm going to give you that much, Greg. But you know what I wish? I wish that the clients would just follow the standard defense lawyer's advice, which is say nothing to law enforcement. When you're under the gun and you think there's an investigation going down, the best thing you can do is say everything to the defense lawyer and say nothing to the police, because then what happens is things like that come out and it doesn't look good, Greg.
Gee, that really helped out John Benet Ramsey's parents there, Geoffrey. And I mean that in the most facetious way possible.
Okay, but there again, they're still under investigation, are they not? That investigation is not closed.
So it's over for them. They're not going to be charged. Pat Woodward, Geoffrey Nathan, thanks very much, guys.
Take care.